So the Premier Darts, the 2024 Premier Darts lineup was announced yesterday. So I'm just basically going to give my reaction to the lineup. And these are the players who are in the lineup. Got Luke Humphries, the world number one and the best player in the world right now, who's won for the last 5 metres. So that's a tip from me. Pretty obvious one. Mike Van Derwen, again, pretty obvious. Defendant obviously won the Premier League last year. Not his greatest year for Mike Van Derwen, not his dominant self, but he's in the top four, isn't he? Michael Smith, again, he's in the top four, so that was an easy one. Got Nathan Aspinall, who's won one of the biggest tournaments in 2023 in the World Mass Player. Derwin Price has to be in there, doesn't he? Derwin Price has been quite unlucky in 2023, to be fair. Been unlucky in 2023, played some good darts in 2023, to be fair. Walt Watts definitely should be in there. Batter the Walt Watts batter his best as well. Recently that stays as a tournament consistently. So they are the six players I do agree with, but we've obviously got the other two, Yukieta and Peter White. We'll start off with Peter White. Well, I think it's all done in one sentence anyways, if I'm being honest with you. Peter White has not been the same player for me since winning his second world title. For me, he's been quite awful, in my opinion. He's been in awful form since winning the second world title. And he's dropped down to number 8 in the world after a very disappointing World Darts Championship as well, getting knocked out early of Jim Williams. And but I think Peter White, for me, was always going to be in, because if you take Peter White out, who are you going to put him in? Who's going to replace him? I personally would have done for Chris Dorby in this Premier League lineup. In my lineup, I did go for Peter White and Chris Dorby. I didn't put Yukieta in terms of my lineup. We'll talk about Yukieta in a minute. But I think Chris Dorby probably the only one who can count himself unlucky not to make this lineup, because he's reached that stage of tournaments this year, Chris Dorby, albeit I think he's quite raw. I think he's number 15, isn't he, in the PZ on the merit, which does probably leave him out, to be honest with you. But I think he should still be in for me, Chris Dorby, because he's reached that stage of the tournament consistently. He's been in better form than Peter White. Yukieta has had one tournament won, for God's sake. And but yes, talk about the Yukieta one. Matt Porter said he didn't have a choice. I don't think I agree with that personally, but I think we know what's happening with Yukieta. I think he's already getting used by the PDC as a brand. I think he's getting used by the media already. Like, the media already starting to do it after his girlfriend as well, throwing all sorts of names as well. So I do think the PC and the media have already got Yukieta in their hands, to be honest with you. But Yukieta, I like him. I do like him. I like the way he speaks. He's spoken well so far, Yukieta. He said he doesn't want people near his house either. And to be fair to Yukieta, he's fearless. To be fair, it's a hard one with Yukieta, because I think it's too early for him to be in the Premier League, but he's got a huge chance, to be fair, in this Premier League, because you have to say, I think Humphries, Van Der and Michael Smith, for example, will probably be the top 3 in the Premier League. But then you got other players. All them other players will be battling for 4th place, really, you have to say. Darren Price is one of them, isn't he? Aspinall, he's in that form as well. Walt Cross in good form. Peter White is in awful form. So I think Yukieta's probably got a chance, to be fair, of reaching the playoffs of the Premier League, if I'm being honest with you. But I just think putting him in the Premier League straight away is already enough evidence that he's already been used as a brand by the PDC. They probably don't put him on the Bahrain Masters, for example, as well, like they did with Van Sherritt. And we all know what happened to Van Sherritt now. She's been thrown away in the bin now, hasn't she? Because he achieved nothing. As expected, she wouldn't achieve anything. But she was used as a plan for beating 2 men on stage in darts. I mean, it's ridiculous. whilst he's done nothing in the women's territory. Well, she hasn't. She's done nothing in the women's territory. While both Reeves and Lisa Watson and Stacey don't put it over, and all them women who have won women world titles and other trophies, don't get recognised at all. It's ridiculous. And this was my worry with Uketa. I'm not worried about Uketa. I think he's furious, and I think he'll keep that standard up, to be honest with you. I'm just worried that it's done be used as a brand, and the media, for me, it won't be on until the press and the media do go after Uketa, and I think it's already on the start, in my opinion. That's what the media, that's what the media want for me. They just want to go after Uketa. He started all this noise after reaching the World Championship final. Now, yes, go after him. Yes, go after him. Yes, did in. Yes, did in on his parents. Yes, did in on his girlfriend as well. That's the media for you. They're so toxic, the media. And but in terms for UK standards, yeah, he should be in the Premier League. But I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. It can either go two ways. It can either be not affected by it and just continue with his ridiculous standards, which is what I want to happen, to keep that standard up for UK. So it can go two ways for me. But I don't really agree with UK being in. My lineup personally would have been that lineup, but Twister will be in for UK. Peter White is in it because who else do you put in it to replace Peter White? And he's a great character as well. The Premier League as well. It's that tournament where it gets you off your seat as well. And Peter White loves jumping around the stairs, doesn't he? Which excites the fans as well. So that's my reaction to the 2024 Premier League lineup. Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. Is the lineup spot on? My final thoughts, I would have put Twistobi in for Uketa, and then I would have just left it there, to be honest with you. So it's not as controversial as previous lineups for me. This Premier League lineup where Hugh Companies missed out last year, for example, where Barney kept on then in the Premier League without doing anything as well. So it's not as controversial as past years. So feel free to leave your thoughts down below in the comments.